100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career, but that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Well, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 82 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open. A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
It's going to be 12. It's going to be a long day.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Motion. Go, 4 down. Hey, let's calm down. Go. Come on.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Hey, 0. 3 down. 14. Mike, 51.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, that's caught by Hollister. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Let's go, baby.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Check. Crunch. Gun. 49. Check 49.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. There's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. This complete to Lockett. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
93's the mic. Oh, you got D? Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure... to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They start to drive with Wright, and if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with Wright, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw, it's Brady. Catch is made by Harry. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson eluding the pressure right. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. A final shot before break. Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first,
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Mike 51. You don't want none, baby. You don't want left. You don't want to see me.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Wilson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Let's go. That's good for another Seahawks. 51's the mic. Watch the run.
On 1st down, Wilson on the move to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Guys, 4 down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Able to get this to Gordon. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Check. Watch 14. Reload. 52. Switch. Gun. I got it.
Penny will try to punch it in, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Line 54. What's left?
Another try for Penny, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On first down, Brady. Got a man open, that's Harry. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, here's White. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Here's Brady to throw. It's complete. James White. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Patriots send out their punter. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
You go tight.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike, 50. Guys, 4 down. Alert. Good shot. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Right there. 54, right there. Alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2.
Again, it's Penny. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still alert.
On 3rd down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Under 10. Check. One left. Whip. Watch the whip. Share.
They run for it with Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Carson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady, this is White on the screen. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Brady. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Going on the ground with Homer. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson to throw again. Flushed out right. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Push left. You got the
Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. It's complete to Lockett. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
I'm coming after you. Front left. 14.
They'll run this with Homer. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Travis Homer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Safarian Jenkins has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Goes underneath here to White. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brady going to throw. It's caught. This is White. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Brady. That's complete to White. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. One final try now for Brady. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So the victory here for Seattle, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up